You're a woman who is 18 to 40 years old and you struggle with holiday weight gain because you've been binging, overeating, and just enjoying all the treats that are around you, all the holiday meals and delicious food, but you don't actually want to fall into that pattern this year and gain a ton of weight, this video is for you. I want to make sure the day of any party, any time where you're going to be going to an event where there's going to be like a lot of food there, a lot of drink. If you drink alcohol, that can actually be a double whammy because you're lowering your inhibitions, making it easier to overeat. So not only does the alcohol and the drinks contain calories, but then you're possibly eating more calories because your inhibitions are lowered. So that's something to factor in. However, what you are going to do, what you can do, this is what you're going to do. First thing, when you wake up in the morning, eat a balanced breakfast, 30 to 40 grams of protein, get some fat, get some carbs in there. A good example of this could be sweet potatoes, avocado, and like a couple eggs. One of my favorite breakfasts is half a cup of egg whites, 1 to 2 like medium or large eggs, like fourth of an avocado and like some sweet potatoes or like maybe a slice of Ezekiel bread. This is giving me fiber, this is giving me fat, protein, and carbohydrates and good kind of fuel. So when I go to these gatherings and I'm just presented with all this food in front of me and I feel tempted to like eat a lot, I don't feel out of control because inside of myself, something that a lot of people don't know is that our hunger and fullness hormones are at play. So if we skip breakfast or like eat just a little bit with the intention of saving calories for later, it often backfires and makes us feel like we deserve to eat or we have so many calories left to eat. And this makes us actually be fooled into feeling like, we can do all that. It leads to a lot of weight gain because then we're eating a surplus of calories, maybe for many different parties, and then it ends up, we leave the holidays 10 pounds heavier, and maybe that's not 10 pounds of fat, maybe it's probably somewhat water weight too. This is something that is worth noting, and so many people, including myself, I used to fall into this every single year, and at the party, when you're going through the line or when putting food on your plate, take a little bit of everything. So many people feel tempted to load their plate with a ton of different options. There's many different foods that you normally don't get to eat, and it's really exciting for somebody who enjoys food. I love food. I love trying and tasting new things. And I can tell you that to be able to stand in front of you today and be able to tell you that this is something that I do every single time I go to a party where there's a lot of food in front of me, I use this trick, and this is what helps me feel food freedom. Eat in moderation, feel it inside my heart and my mind, and then also maintain my weight. It's amazing. So I want you to have it as well. One of the things that I do with my clients is following a principle called don't stuff, don't starve. And we do this with regular food, not holiday food, but similar concept with the holiday meal to be able to go to a holiday meal table and look at the food and understand like I don't want to be finishing my meal feeling stuffed. You can take a small amount of each food, enjoy it, and maybe don't even finish the food that you have on your plate. Practice not finishing food when you feel full, and it gives you power back. And honestly, it's not even that that's going to make it stick for you. It's the actual feeling inside of yourself, how good you feel after a holiday meal. That is going to make it stick. That is going to make you addicted to the pattern of taking care of yourself. That is going to make you feel happy about making better choices for the amount of food that you're eating and controlling the amount of portion and the amount of food that is going inside yourself. Another thing to take note of is if you're eating just a bunch of carbohydrates and fat, you are not going to get satisfied at your meal because there's not enough protein that's going to trigger a satiation signal to your brain to tell you to stop eating. Sure to get some protein, get a balance of macronutrients to ensure that you can actually trigger that fullness signal inside of yourself is to go for a walk after the meal because there's a lot, your blood sugar will spike, and sometimes when we get huge blood sugar spikes, we can crash later and it can trigger us to want to eat more and feel super hungry later because of the dramatic spikes and shifts in the hormones inside of our body. So go for a walk or do maybe a workout after the meal. If go run around at the park or go play like football or something, playing a game where you're moving your body can really support your muscles to suck up some of that blood sugar and put that into the right spot. If you are ready to take the next steps with your weight loss and you don't want to do it alone, I have a free training for you about toning up, getting rid of the bloat, losing 10 to 20 pounds, and keeping it off for good. If you want that training, follow me and I will send it to you.